Okay, so we're live on Facebook right now. I'm with JC,
Right
got
now,
the radio.
Is it definitely right now?
It's definitely right now.
Sure, yeah.
So, it's coming up shortly. That's it, keep them entertained, JC, keep them entertained.
Wait, is it definitely recording?
Yeah, it's definitely recorded. There we go, now we can actually, that makes so much more sense, I don't know why I didn't do that.
Show. What's going on?
Okay, so I'll just put your mic up. You just speak into it pretty quickly.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Keep going.
Wicket. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Everybody knows it's J to the C.
Nice.
Reporting live.
Alright, so we're in. So guys, finally I have JC in the building. I'm very, very excited to see him here today. We're also live streaming this on Facebook. So obviously this show is hip hop and life lessons. We play amazing hip hop, and we also want to talk about life lessons. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you a bit about today. Some of your music, and anything that you have learned or you want to share with people. Okay, so first of all, let's get to know you a little bit first. Within hip hop, people are either mainly are artists because they want to educate. Some people, you know, it's a form of self-expression or a form of just emotional output. Why are you an artist, basically? And now I'll just ask you to speak into that as closely as possible.
Sure. I'm an artist, because like, you know, I like to make music. I like to make myself feel good. Like I listen to music, like, and I feel some type of way, you know, like music's my heart, like, so I make music for myself. Like I make music for myself to feel good, you know, like when I've got problems and stuff, I just like, you know, I just put it into the music. Like I just start writing verses, start writing lyrics. And I also make music for other people. I make music for myself to feel worthy in other people, you know, so that's the main thing, really.
Nice. So, if no one else could hear your music, would you still make music, do you think?
Yeah, of course. Like if the whole world wasn't rocking with my stuff, like if they weren't liking my stuff and that, and they didn't want to hear me at all, I'll make music for myself. Do you know what I mean? I make music to make me feel good. You know what I mean? And if you don't like it, you don't like it, innit? But like, that's just how it is. Like I make music for me regardless. I'll never make music for someone else or another man. Like, you know, I'm my own person. So.
How does it feel when people connect with your music? Do you want them to feel the same emotions you do, or do you not mind if they take something different from it?
And you know, I don't know. Like, I make music for people to relate, innit? Like, I mean, if you relate, you relate. You know, like I think that's what it is with everyone. Like, people make music and it will relate to some people, innit? Do you know what I mean? But I mean, if it relates to people, then it makes me feel good, you know. 'Cause I know that you relate, and I know that you can understand from my perspective, and I know that people, go through that same stuff too and have the same sort of mindset. So, yeah, man, it don't really matter, but if you relate, then that's good for you, man. Like, it's good. Like, it makes me feel good.
Like it.
Yeah, it makes you feel worthy. Like, it makes them feel worthy as well. Like,
yeah, it's another way of communicating without having to communicate, essentially. Like, feeling what you're feeling.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to go to this question straight away because I feel like let's get the joke stuff out of the way and then we'll get into some serious chat. So like when I listen to your stuff, you tend to, and this is why I also played a tune Dick and the Dope earlier. I've heard you mention like your
my genitals. Right?
Your genitals before, and also you seem to refer them to like genital diseases. Like, is that meant to be like a different meaning for something else? Like, why do you think your brain sort of talks about that, I guess?
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I like to have fun with my lyrics, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I like to play on my words, and as much as I've got like like, you know, serious songs and stuff. I like to just have fun as well, innit? Like, but all the songs, all the stuff that I talk about, yeah, they always have a deeper meaning, innit? Like, I mean, there's a funny side to it, but then there's a real side. So when I'm talking about, you know, genital herpes or whatever, and all of them stuff like that, yeah, like I'm basically like subconsciously telling people to, you know, be safe, because you don't know what people are holding. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what people have got, like, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's got two words. There's two ways, innit? There's two ways, but yeah, most of all, I just like to be fun. I like to just, like, you know, just have fun with my lyrics and just, you know.
Do you think it's also about like shocking as well, like being able to say anything and not just sort of like pussyfooting around things? Do you think that's a little bit of it as well, to be shocking? Yeah.
I mean, like, sometimes you gotta shock people, innit? Like, but I don't mean to shock people, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's just, you know,
do you think it's like the fire that comes out, like when you're doing it and it's just coming, it's like, I just go ham, like I just go nasty, stuff. Kind of thing.
yeah, basically, my mind's crazy, innit? I've got some dark thoughts. I've got a lot of thoughts, so I put it into my lyrics. You know, it's just expression at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think, if you had to sum up your music, like what does it speak? Like, what is the meaning for most of your music?
Oh, that's a good question, you know.
So I'm giving you some hard questions. Like, what do you think?
No, it's good. I like this question. It speaks tongues. It's supposed to speak tongues. Like, it's supposed to speak different ways. It's supposed to speak in a way that nobody is supposed to, like, know straight away. You know what I mean? I've got a lot of subliminal stuff into my music. You know what I mean? I like to, like, express, and I like to, what's the word for it? I like to
Go closer.
I like to, you know, I don't know, like, I just like to express, and I'd like to show people, where it is, you know, like, and when I bring that to the table, I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know what's quite funny? The way you just spoke, like, you were rhyming already. Like, I was like, he's getting his flow going. Like, I was like, another question as well. Would you put yourself in the grime category or hip hop?
Nah. See, I get this question a lot. Do you know what? Yeah. I don't put myself in no category.
Hey!
I'll make worthy music. That's it. I make worthy sounds. That's the main thing. Like, I don't put myself in a category. I mean, if I feel like making a grime beat one day, and like if I'm on a grime wave, I'll be on a grime wave and I'll write music. And if I'm on a hip hop wave, I'll make a hip hop beat and I'll be in a hip hop wave. But altogether, I don't put myself in a category, man. I love everything. Music's music, you know.
When you put them, like when you write grime or hip hop, do you think you speak about different things, or do you think it's just going with the beat? Do you think that's?
Well, it depends how I'm feeling. Like, you know, if I'm in that place where, like, I don't know, I hear a beat and like, you know, I've got like a certain topic and that, like I'll write to it, innit? Like, I'll do my thing, but I mean, like, overall, I mean, with grime and hip hop, I don't tend to talk about the same things, but you know, the same way I would experiment on a hip hop beat is the same way I'll experiment on a grime beat. You know what I mean? I think the tempo don't really mean nothing. At the end of the day, rap is rap. You know what I mean? And MCing is MCing, so it's basically the same thing, really. You know what I mean? It's just. You know what? This year, meeting you. And then meeting everyone else at the MPX. I think that was a big moment for me still. That I was doing music business, and I met a lot of talented people at the Capital Extra thingy, Bobby. So I think that was a big thing.
And if anyone doesn't know, we did a course together this summer.
Yeah, indeed.
It was called Music Potential with Capital Extra. It was for anyone who was interested in music, and we had to apply and things like that. And I did radio, and we met. And honestly, when I met you, it was like an instant, like, I like this guy. You were just so smiley and like jokes, and I was like, no, I need to do something with you, like 100%.
Now I'm here now, like I appreciate me being here and stuff. Like, I appreciate everything. Man.
I also want to mention, the time when you sang for West. Well, not sang, but you performed for Weston.
Yeah, I did my thing.
Yeah.
I performed Ain't Cuttin in front of Weston.
Yeah, and that takes courage. I mean, so Weston came down, and they were sort of. We could interview them. We could speak to them about, I just needed guidance. And you went up. You had a question for them, and then I can't remember if it was them or who asked you, like, just perform now. And you just did it, and that's difficult. You just owned it, and I think that will take you a long way. I think that's a good thing.
No, I appreciate it. Do you know what it was? I wanted to ask them. I must ask them this question, like, what do you hate? I just wanted to ask them a question, but I didn't know what to ask.
You wanted to get up there.
Yeah, I wanted to
like,
go up
know
there.
who I am.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to know, like, not even just that, but I wanted to just know. I just wanted to ask them a couple of questions. That I just wanted them to like. I just wanted to ask them, like, how does it feel, like, you know what I mean, when people ask you the same questions about, your song, like, Into, because obviously Into was a hit. You know what I'm trying to say? So. My next advice was how well, I wanted to ask them, like, what do you do, like, to stay in, like, just stay focused, you know what I'm trying to say, and not, like, be in that one hit wonder sort of category. But then I didn't get to, because obviously he thought I was just a joker, you know what I mean? So he was like, like, you should have your own radio show, because obviously I was like being funny with him, and then like I was like, no, I make music still, and he was like, what can you drop some bars, innit?
Yeah, like you do. If you say you do, I want to see it.
Yeah. So obviously, you knew how the thing went. So I was just like, nah, like I was shy at the time, I didn't really want to, but they put me on the spot. Obviously, Vic Ocean, like, you just played the beat, like, and then obviously.
Victor, what you like, Victor?
Yeah, he's a G. Nah, listen, respect for that though, Vic. Yeah, because if it weren't for you doing that, then they wouldn't know, like, Ain't Cuttin. You understand what I'm trying to say? They wouldn't know, like, my perspective. They wouldn't have heard that, So, like, massive ratings. I did my thing, and they just respected it straight away, like, showing me love.
Everyone was singing along.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was love, man. It felt good. And another thing was, doing that made me feel like, listen, like, if I can do that, then everyone else in the building can, like, definitely go far and stuff, because everyone has talent. Everyone's got talent.
Everyone there was so it was almost like the energy surrounding us exhausted me. I'd walk in the room and there's so many energetic, talented people. I'm like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. No, it was crazy, and I felt like I did it for them as well. It was. I think it was an emotional time for me, because obviously I'm going through, like, a hard time at the moment, innit? I'm sure everyone else is going through a hard time, innit? But just me doing that, everyone could feel it, like, you know what I mean? And I felt like I was doing it for them too. And then everyone's like, oh, rah, like, you performed in front of Weston. I was like, yeah, it's just Weston, like that. I was just like, yeah, but then after, nothing.
Later, yeah.
But then after, when I woke up the next day when I woke up, what was it? Like, I was like, rah, I actually performed in front of them, and they actually enjoyed it. And then they followed me straight. They followed me on the same day as well, like, on Twitter and stuff. So I was thinking, rah, like, you gotta you gotta take the dirt on your shoulder and that, I'm trying to say that.
Today Weston, tomorrow,
Basically like that, you get me, like, do you know what I mean? But obviously, no, love.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yo.
So I also want to speak to you a bit about. This is actually what you told me you were doing the other day. So a while ago, I texted you and you said you were on your way to the library.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you're on the way to your library. Okay, what are you doing in the library? And you told me you're going there to read. And then you said that you read lots of self-help books.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is a side to JC I don't know. Like, I'm so intrigued. I want to know more. So what spurred you to first start doing that?
Do you know what? I've always been reading books. Like, I've always been reading books since I was little and stuff. Like, I stopped for a little while because, like, like, I moved out my mum's house, like, when I was 18 and stuff, and obviously I've just been here and here, and so on and so forth. So obviously I was going through a hard time, like a hard time, like a proper hard time, and I just felt like everyone around me weren't really giving me guidance and stuff, like, so I just started going to the library and started picking up all these motivational books, like 48 Laws of Power and all of these like little books here and there, just to, you know, just to keep me back in my, like, just get me back on myself again, get me back up on my feet, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I just started doing that.
Has any of those influenced your music, like your writing, like any of those sayings or anything that anything you can remember, or?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, you know, I'm very angry. Like, I've got a temper in it. I've got a temper in it, and I feel like those books have helped me, like, you know, use my anger and my expression and like just my stress and all of that, my frustration on my music. You know, because like in these books they tend to tell you stuff like, oh, you know, you control the way you think. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, no matter what's going on in your life, like you control your life, like you control your thoughts and stuff. That's
really irritating. You're like, why are you really closer? But yeah, no, just make sure you speak straight into it. So,
sure.
So we get that nice recording, crispy recording, so we can, you know, keep this forever and play it back over and over.
Is that cool now? Is that cool?
Yeah, I like it. So yeah, so you've been doing that for what, like 3 years now? Would you say?
3-4 years, yeah.
And
straight reading books.
Is there anything that, I don't know, any lessons or anything that you feel have really changed? Was any like turning points? You were like, oh yes, I remember reading at this time, and now I see the world like this.
Yeah, because it's made me open. It's made me open my mind. Like, I needed some guidance, like I said, so. It was one of them ones where like I didn't have no one else around me. Like I didn't have like real friends. My family weren't really around. Like me and my family going through some problems and stuff. Yeah, so like reading these books, yeah, I just wanted to feel worthy. I just wanted to feel part of something, you know. And like reading these books, yeah, like not only just expanding my mind and stuff, but it just made me think a different way. Like it made me think different. It made me feel part of something. Like, you know, and knowledge is power. Like, knowledge is key. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Whenever you're feeling low, yeah, and you're feeling down and you feel like, oh, just F the world, I want to do this, I want to do that, yeah. Just pick up a book, man. Pick up a like, self-motivating, something that, just look for something that motivates you. You know what I mean? Like, don't just sit down and just let all of these, like, thoughts get into your head and stuff. Because trust me, I was around some bad people who didn't really like motivate me to do anything. They were just being negative towards me and stuff, like not showing my love or appreciation. And trust me, that's just how life is, you know. So I just thought, no, let me shut everyone away. I shut everyone away. I locked myself in a room in a nice atmosphere, not a dark room or nothing, but somewhere nice. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Imagine that, you know, like, imagine that.
Miss Trunchbull, do you remember that?
Yeah, Matilda and that. Oh, listen, that shit ain't nice.
Oh, it's...
sorry.
I should have...
Sorry.
It's good.
That is, you know, that stuff ain't nice, you know, so... And that's how I felt at the time, you know? That's exactly how I felt, but... Everything will change, like, everything will change. I changed my mindset, like, I changed, like, you are the company you keep, innit, so...
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
Do you ever feel like, because I read motivational books sometimes, I'm not going to lie, most of the time I get halfway through because I'm not a great reader, or I don't like reading too much, but sometimes I feel like they're a bit too unrealistic, like they're like, you can do anything, you can be anything, and even though I believe that you can do or be anything, sometimes I feel like you need to be realistic, like, just because I'm having a good day doesn't mean the next month is going to be good, you know, you have to expect the pain to expect the happiness. Do you ever feel like that with the books, or?
Yeah, no, indeed, I do. I do, like, I mean, there's some things when I read, and I just be like, no, this is rubbish, man, like, this is rubbish, because I do this and it doesn't work like that, you know, like, I'll be applying for what, like, 75 jobs a week, and, like, only, like, you know, 4 or 5 are going to get back to me, and then 2 of them say, I've got an interview, go to the interview, you ain't got nothing at all.
Trust me, I've literally been there as well. When I finished uni, it was like, just nothing, and I've never been, like, so skint, you know what I mean? It was like, uni, I had money at uni, you know, like, afterwards it was like, wow, this is like the actual struggle, but also I want to ask you about, because also we'll play Just Cutting as well, and that is kind of what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
saying how, you know, it's just not cutting. Like
Yeah,
you're trying, and the world isn't given to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also wanted to speak about the two differences, like the sort of the happy JC that you see, because when I meet you, when I'm near you, like I can't help but just smile because you smile and that makes me smile, and then you laugh and then I'm like want to laugh and I'm like yeah, like everything is just jokes. But is that you as well, or is it well, like, because it seems like there's two sides. The music performer side does speak about, you know, the hardships and stuff.
Yeah.
Do they ever go to get like mesh, or are they two people?
That's a good question. You know what? Now I've got two sides to me. I mean, what you see is what you get. Like, I am actually a smiley person. I'm a happy person, you know. But
beaming.
Yeah, always beaming. I'm too smiley. You see my 32 teeth, like, you know what I mean?
Your
So, yeah,
I like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm always happy and I'm always laughing and jokey about. But then there is times where obviously, you know, I mean, we're human, innit? Like, we're human, and there's times where, you know, we can feel that, forget this, forget that, you know, like, you know, everyone go away, do you know what I mean? I'm angry and so on and so forth. But I mean, yeah, there is two sides to me. I mean, there's two sides to everyone. Yeah,
you know I feel like I have multiple sides.
Yeah.
Multiple moods. That mood once a month. No, I'm joking.
You joker. You joker.
No, yeah, I completely get what you mean.
I mean, I feel like my music, I think my music definitely plays on that. Like that's what I want everyone to see. I want everyone to see that, look, like, don't be afraid to show everyone that there's that side to you. You know, like,
the vulnerable side, do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think it's okay to be vulnerable? Would you ever use that word?
I wouldn't say vulnerable, but
emotional.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I mean, if you put it that way, then yeah. I mean, there is some songs where I go deep. I go deep as hell, and that's because that's obviously I'm emotional. I'm feeling some type of way at that point. But don't be afraid, like, you know. Don't be afraid, like I'm not afraid. Like, I'm not afraid to express myself. Do you know what I mean? At the time, I'm not afraid.
I like that. And what do you think is your most proudest work you've done? Or is it difficult to say because they're all different?
Yeah.
Like your favourite song or anything?
Oh, wow. I think... I don't know, you know. I'm not too sure. I've got so much. I've still got a lot of proud things to, like, you know, to do. Yeah. So, I think performing with Weston was a big thing. Going on, that was
going on TV.
Yeah.
Wear it on your forehead, like I've been there, you know.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Show my man Wagwan, show him that, and that. Do you know what I mean?
Let me just check who follows me. Yeah. Oh look.
I'm gonna lie. I've got like 20 followers after that. I'm not going to lie to you.
Nice.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a couple people on my DMs as well. Like, you know, just trying to.
What girls?
Yeah. You know, both in it, like networking wise, in it, business wise
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. But I think that was a big thing. Going on BBC as well, radio.
Yeah,
exactly. Street studio.
Exactly.
That was a big thing as well. Even though it was just like 1 minute and 15 minutes that I had to just, you know, just to do my thing. I think that was a big thing for me, because once I done that, I had everyone just ringing me like, yo, what, you was on BBC One, like, so on and so forth. And I was like, yeah, man, it's just not thinking that, like, boom, boom, boom. But, like, yeah, that was those two big things.
And there's many more to come.
Yeah, and there's many more. There's many more. Don't think this is like, you know, this is just like, it's just the beginning. This is nothing. Like,
exactly.
There's more. There's a lot of things. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're going to get into one of your tracks. We're going to play Just Cuttin first of all. And then we're going to go to any other tracks that you want to play as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. So enjoy this one, guys. Next is Just Cuttin by JC.
Done.
I'm going to get this off. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Next week.
Peace. Peace, everyone.